All right, so welcome everyone for the YouTube live on how do you reduce your fear and how do you actually increase your confidence in communication. This is so important whether you are in a class, whether you are actually in a college, or whether you are in a company. It's very important that we reduce our fear and we increase our confidence. And this YouTube live is all about that. And I really welcome each and every one of you who are tuning in live. And thank you so much for being part of this particular community and keep coming back on to this particular live session to learn more. This is giving me the encouragement to do more of this live, to support you and to add more value. And if you have not been part of this particular live, if you don't know me, so I'm the author of the book Why Being Independent is Awesome and Next Money Secrets, and I'm also the founder of College Innovators, which is leading campus makerspace and education technology venture. Great, fantastic. So now with that particular thing, I am all excited for this particular YouTube live. If you're all excited for this YouTube live, just type it down ready in the chat box or in the comments so that we are all ready to go forward with this particular YouTube live. So great, fantastic. So majorly when we are actually understanding about fear, right? So let's understand what is this fear is all about, right? Because fear is an emotion that it always bothers us right from within, right? Whenever we want to do certain things. So could be whenever we are actually as an ape, right? When human being evolution started happening, this fear was actually there, right? It is a symbol of danger for us, right? So but what right now today it is actually happening when it comes to the fear is it is stopping us in very important areas of our life. Could be while communicating, could be while presenting, could be when you are leading other people, or could be when you are actually taking certain leadership roles or taking risk in your life. So but it is very important. The fear as an acronym stands for this. So you can actually see here. So when it comes to the fear, you can actually say forget everything and run. Oh my god, communication, I cannot do this. Or you can actually have this face everything and rise. So you have this choice when it comes to the fear, right? So either you forget everything and run, or you face everything and you rise. And this particular life is all about how do you actually face everything in life, right? And rise above all the obstacles, all the emotional barriers that comes in our life that stops us. Because you need to understand, whenever you are communicating with one-to-one or one-to-many or a communication like this video, right, or written communication, where it is, the reason why this fear comes within, right, while communicating is because of our past. We either have a bad memory of the past, something bad happened when you are actually doing one-to-one and they neglected you, or they teased you, they taunted you, or something like that where you felt not good. Again, that might have happened even when you have done the public speaking, right, where you have gone in front of people and something embarrassing has happened and you felt like, oh no, I cannot do this particular thing ever in my life, right? So as I told you, that past memory sets, right, in our mind, saying that no, you cannot do this anymore, right? You can forget everything and run away from doing this, or you can face everything and rise. Then there is another anticipation, right, of the future, that oh, I'm getting this fear because what if I actually fail, what if I actually do certain things wrong, right? That fear of future, right, where we imagine bad things, what can go wrong, right? And this is the basic foundation, right? Like whenever you are going with communication, so whether it is one to one with a stranger or a new person that you have met, so you might think like, what if they don't respond back well? What if they actually just neglect and walk away from this particular conversation? All of this is actually part of the fear that what we all face through. But this is one simple thing that what you can actually use. I'm going to give you a 4 word that you can actually utilize whenever you feel fearful about anything. This doesn't just apply for communication. It has given a very awesome benefit, and I know for sure for each and every one of you who are here, it's going to help you too. Whenever you feel fearful in communicating with, you know that okay, I need to go and connect with that person. Now you're fearful, like what if that person walks away or doesn't respond properly, or you feel little nervous? What do? You say now, this is the time. I am so grateful for. I'm so grateful to meet that person. I'm so grateful to know more about that person. So you actually change that fear to something positive, right? you. So these are the four powerful words that what you're going to use and fill in the blanks. I'm so grateful to speak in front of 100 people and change their life, or I'm coming YouTube live, right? Whenever I feel fearful, I'm so grateful to add value in as many people's life as possible. So now what is happening? Because you cannot be fearful and grateful at the same time. And that's the beauty, right? When you actually use these four words, I'm so grateful. Whenever you feel fearful, you actually need to turn that statements into I'm so grateful for what? With the same situation. Because any situation creates certain triggers, right? So you get fearful, can I actually do it? So what if they actually, so you are all imagining the bad things, right? But what if you actually imagine the good things? That is just the flip side of the coin. That actually empowers you, gives you more energy. So usually this is something that as a ritual that what I have whenever I actually want to communicate, right? Where I want to connect. So I actually do this with myself. So I want to actually empower, like let's consider 1,000 people. I'm actually speaking in front of 1,000 people. So I say this to myself. So I take the support of universe to use my body, mind, emotion, and energy to serve and transform as many people's life as possible. Now I get a greater energy to do it. It is not see, because fear is going to be there for everybody. No matter how powerful you are, you will have that fear. But in order to avoid the fear, in order to reduce the fear, you have to fill it with something else. Like if there is a dirty water, in order to reduce the dirty water, you can fix a filter. That's a very very complex process. Or actually add your water more, right? Great things more, so that that impurity will actually wash away. Add great things about that situation. You are meeting a new person that you never met before. You are fearful. I'm so grateful for, right? I'm so grateful. Why? I'm meeting this person for the first time. It is an opportunity for me, and this is something that can create awesome things in the future for me. Then fear is gone. So that's how you reduce your fear. But let's talk about the confidence in communication. So how do you actually do? Because when it comes to the confidence, no, you actually say all these things, but suddenly when you face that person, suddenly you are on a stage, you feel something different here. Have you experienced that butterfly experience? Right? You feel nervous, you feel uncertain, you feel clueless, right? So that actually happens. Sometimes it happens in the work culture. When you are around colleagues, so you don't know how do you actually speak with them. So what is actually stopping you? So that actually hold us back from being confident. Number one, this is very very important. So how confident you see and feel about yourself, right? That plays a very very important role. So because most of the time what will happen is that you will say, no, I can do this meeting, but I don't feel confident about myself. Because you do not have that confidence. You will actually tell a lot of self-talk, mind chatter. You will actually start getting into the overthinking pattern. See, this is one thing that actually stops from people being confident. If you are competent, you are actually having that particular communication. Many people, I will tell you, there are so many amazing technical people inside the companies or in colleges who are really good. But the challenge for them, the competence, the skill is there to be confident, but they do not have the good communication skills. So that is what actually reduces them. There is a formula for confidence. So confidence is a result of competence, it is a result of communication, and it is a result of your clarity, right? I'm going to give that. But as I shared with you, the number one thing that actually holds us back, right? How do we see and feel about ourselves? That is actually going to reduce that particular confidence, saying that if you are seeing yourself, feeling about yourself, I don't know this, I don't have this, and all of that, confidence is going to go down. I'm going to give you some strategies that you can actually utilize to increase that confidence by the root. Right? The second thing when we are communicating is this, right? So how much confidence other have in you? So how are they seeing you? We have that fear. Are they having the confidence that I can actually do this, I can actually make this? We actually keep doing this two-sided game, right? One is that you actually doing this about yourself, and one is that how others are seeing you, how much confidence they have on me. Like let's consider company have given you that opportunity to lead a certain project and leads group of people. One is that we have this self-doubt, and one is that the doubt from others. Can I actually make it happen? How do we crush this? How do we get this confidence back? As I shared with you, each and every individual, the challenge for each and every individual to feel confident, because confidence is a result, right? That comes because of your competence. That is the first C. So I'll give you 3C formula here. Confidence is a result, right? They feel confident about their body, not because they just feel confident, they just attended certain programs. No, they had the competence, right, of building muscles. They have that. Then they actually can communicate better. Have you seen people who are not properly communicating? They, even though have the great body, they will not be able to feel that confidence, and you will know, oh, so they have a great body, but they do not compete. Boom, they go back, right? So that is where it is a combination. You can be a great at skills, but if you are bad at communication, you cannot bring the confidence out. You need to be great at competence, you need to be great at competition, and then you need to be great at communication, and then you need to be great at your clarity. So these are the three important people have when they are actually doing communication. Is I actually share this because I have, as in the last 8 years, I have trained over more than 40,000 students. I know this is one big challenge that they go through. They know that they need to bring their confidence in the game, but they get through coma communication. I call this as coma communication, which means that, see, suddenly they are talking and suddenly there is a blank silence. How do they take that conversation back? Right? Or somebody asks you certain questions and you go blank, or you don't know anything about that concept, and suddenly you say blank. Guess what? You're giving an uncertain signal to the other person. You're giving that you're losing your respect there, right? So that is where it is very important, that how do you actually avoid this. Let's consider you don't know about that particular subject, you are having a conversation. You can be absolutely honest and ask a question about that. See, you are saying about this particular concept, can you elaborate little more about that? See, you are saying about this particular concept, can you elaborate little more about that? So you get to know that, right? As simple as that. You do not need to create a gap or a coma communication that actually reduces your value in front of them. So where they see that less confidence about you, the perception about you get reduced. So do not do this, right? Coma communication. The second, when we are communicating, we only keep on judging within ourselves, overthinking, keep on thinking about that, like, am I actually, whatever I'm sharing, is it making sense to them? Are they getting it? And all of that. Guess what? You will be in the head, not in with the person. That is so important, right? You have to come out of the head and understand that your objective is very clear. You want to add value. You want to be in that great relationship. You want to create that possibility. If that is clear, you will connect. And that's what makes the difference. The third thing that people do when they're communicating, which actually reduces their confidence, as I told you, coma communication, then overthinking. The third thing that they do is this is a very common mistake people actually do when it comes to the confidence. That is actually social communicating, and suddenly, so people are not there. So how do you actually feel about that? Do you feel bad? Do you feel good? And what it is all about? See, that is what it all matters. Like, it is about when you are actually communicating, no matter. See, because you need to understand this. Whenever you see that, okay, you are not getting what you can do, as simple as this. You actually speak evidence based, right? That is going to increase your value. Whatever that point that what you're actually bringing, speak with evidence. See, because in communication there are two important things. Number one is logic, number two is emotion, right? When our communication is filled with logic as well as emotion, it's going to have higher value, and that's what it all matters, right? So our communication needs to be filled with that. Then you are going to avoid the social rejection, you're going to avoid the negligence, and that is so important. Right? These are the common things that actually reduces our energy, reduces our confidence. And the fourth thing that we actually do as a mistake when it comes to communicating getting that confidence is negation. So what does that mean? So negation means you actually saying, have you seen people actually sharing that somebody makes a point and then you say, no, no, no. Have you seen people get on the stage and say, since there is a lack of time, so we will not be able to actually share as much detail as possible, and thank you. So that is actually reducing the value, and that is very, very important. So you need to understand, when you are communicating, so you need to avoid as much of negation as possible. See, these are the fine tuning tools, so that will actually help you understand how do you decrease or reduce your fear, right? Which I actually shared. I'm so grateful for those 4 words, which you can bring it in the present. Fear exists in either in the past or in the future. Past memory or future imagination. How do you bring it in the present? Whatever that situation, whoever you're communicating with, you say, I am so grateful for. I'm so grateful to connect with this person. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity. What is this? And you feel that. That brings you to the present. The second thing that what I shared to increase the confidence, 2 things. One is that you having a self-doubt about yourself. Second is how other people are seeing you. So for that, you need to have 3C: competence, communication, and clarity. If you have this, they are going to see you better, right? This person knows what he's talking about, right? And that is what is going to create the magic. And we also discussed about 4 important things to avoid, which can be a confidence killer. Number 1 is coma communication. You suddenly go blank and you keep it empty. No, you ask quality questions to re-engage and build things forward. No. Number 3 is social negligence. Whenever you feel like, for example, this can happen when you are speaking with a group of crowd, right? So you are speaking in front of 100 people and you ask a question to everybody and nobody raises their hand. How do you feel? You feel like, oh my god, this crowd is so cold. How am I going to actually communicate further? And people go like on and on and on and on and on. No, right? So that is where, whenever there is a social negligence or rejection, you need to reflect and see, how do I increase my confidence? How do I bring that with more logic and more emotion? And that is what we said is negation. Stop avoiding as much of negation as possible. That is going to give you the chance and an opportunity to be a confident communicator. Hope this particular live has added value for each and every one of you who have joined. So please do give that like button, and if you have not been part of the YouTube community, also subscribe to this particular channel so that I will keep bringing in as many lives as possible every week. So I look forward to see you, each and every one of you, in the next live session. Till then, be extraordinary. Thank you so much.